Hey everyone, today's video recap will be one of the most trending film about the team of US Marshals. It is Eraser Reborn 2022. Eraser Reborn is an American action thriller film, furthermore, fills in as a reboot of the 1996 Eraser, and is depicted as the following portion in The Establishment. Coordinated by John Pogue from a content by Michael D. Weiss, the plot revolves around a mysterious organization that has practical experience in designing the phony passings of witnesses that need to leave no hint of their reality. Featuring English entertainer Dominic Sherwood in the #1 spot job as U.S. Marshal Artisan Pollard. The supporting cast incorporates Jackie Lai, McKinley Belcher III and Eddie Ramos. This was a brief introduction to film, and now let's begin to dive into the plot and enjoy watching. Likes and subscriptions are highly appreciated. The movie begins with Mason Pollard, featured by Dominic Sherwood, a representative who saves the existence of Sugar Jacks, an observer who had ruined his disguise and was snatched by a couple of hooligans who needed to kill him for affirming against them. The FBI had established Robin Rena, in the internal circle of Costa Kimura to assemble proof against the crook organization for which he was working. The film rapidly lays out that Costa has hitched Rena, however he utilizes his better half to actually satisfy his potential financial backers so they will give him the cash without going a lot into the subtleties. Costa hosts organized a gathering to get a few financial backers for another task, and the FBI, concealing inside a van stopped external Costa's estate, trains Rena to involve the interruption in support of themselves. The public authority specialist needs some private data on Costa. Accordingly, Rena strolls into Costa's office and opens his protected to move the records. Nonetheless, as of now, she purposefully drops her secret camera given to her by the FBI and rapidly takes out an electronic wallet and a few codes from 2 different racks. She rapidly shuts the safe and attempts to slip away when Costa faces her and attempts to attack her. Rena removes Costa from the window, which prompts his unexpected demise. Costa's partner, Marco Sari, who is enamored with Rena, attempts to stop her, yet she takes off and sits in the FBI van, recommending to Marco that she has been working for the FBI for quite a while. Prior, the marshals had guaranteed Rena that they would give her another character and another identification to leave the nation in return for get-together proof against Costa and his organization. Yet, after Costa's demise, they changed their circumstances and presently maintain that Rena should affirm at preliminary, and that implies she can't have her visa and her opportunity until she satisfies their requests. The top of the division, Keisha Rhodes, recommends Rena take government assurance until the preliminary and allots Representative Artisan Pollard to her for the equivalent. In any case, Rena won't turn into a detainee of the state and leaves the workplace. Meanwhile, Marco, who replaces Costa, vows to get back at Rena for deceiving them both and killing one of his own. The organization has likewise educated Marco to recuperate the Chile wallet that Rena had taken from Costa's protected, as the wallet holds some exceptionally vital data. Sometime thereafter, Marco gathers a group of concealed professional killers and strikes Rena's lawyer's home, where Rena is stowing away. Luckily, Mason, who had been watching out for the loft, immediately showed up at the scene and assisted Rena with faking her passing to get away from Marco and his men. Subsequent to safeguarding Rena, Mason by gives her a proposal to turn into a state observer and take government insurance. Rena gets out of Mason's vehicle to think briefly, when she attentively discards the seed codes expected to get to the cool wallet. She then sits in the vehicle and consents to affirm. Mason takes Rena to Cape Town, South Africa, where he organizes another life for her. She begins living in another country under another character named Rachel Madison. In any case, Mason before long figures out that Rena is concealing something from him, yet he disregards the reality and doesn't face it since he doesn't believe Rena should feel like a detainee. Before long, Mason gains from Keisha Rhodes about a break in the framework in view of which the fronts of every one of their observers have been compromised, and subsequently they need to make another cover for every last one of them at the earliest opportunity. Paul Whitlock, Mason's senior, shows up in Cape Town to safeguard one of his clients. However, soon, Mason finds that Whitlock has been working for Marco and the organization, and consequently the whole break thing was an arrangement to figure out Rena's area. The film from here on follows Artisan's interest to shield Rena from his own kin until the preliminary. The peak battle happens among Artisan and his tutor, Paul Whitlock, at the dockyard, where Mason can dispose of Whitlock for eternity. He showed up at the docks and, with the assistance of the two rebels, had the option to bring down a whole pack of hooligans. During the battle, Marco was shot dead by Rena while the Rhino dealt with Whitlock. It went after him from behind, penetrated his guts with its sharp horn, and had a good time with him. Before long, Keisha Rhodes showed up at the docks with the group, however it was clear there was nobody significant left alive to capture. Nearly a half year after the fact, Rena showed up at the preliminary and affirmed against the organization. After the conference, Mason gave her a crypto drive that contained $644,000, presumably a piece of her cut from the cash the specialists had recuperated from the record of C-Follow worldwide. What's more, as guaranteed, Mason likewise gave her another visa with the name Robin Hewin composed on it, which was presumably her original name. Mason lets Rena know that her new resume will illuminate the world that she is a monetary organizer, which was something that Rena generally needed to be, and likely with a colossal measure of cash in her record, she would have the option to design her funds well. Before at long last disappearing, Rena gets some information about the Bud tattoo on his body, which, as indicated by Mason, was a tribute to everyone individuals he couldn't secure and, in this manner, they needed to kick the bucket a genuine demise. His sibling was one such individual. When Mason strolls Rena to a vehicle, the vehicle explodes. No, Rena doesn't pass on as of now. All things being equal, it was concealment with the goal that the organization wouldn't chase after her, and she could carry on with a tranquil life away from their threatening messages. Toward the finish of Eraser, Reborn, we see Rena, strolling inside a sewer line with Sugar Jax, who is now turned into Mason's long-lasting companion. The vehicle that exploded was most likely left over a sewer vent through which Rena and Sugar got away and exploded the vehicle later to organize their phony passings. While strolling in the sewer line, Rena and Sugar spot an individual coming toward them, and soon it is uncovered that it is, as a matter of fact, Delegate Mason Pollard, who has fallen head over heels for an observer and is prepared to go too far to accompany her. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to my channel for more videos and updates.